No man in the world. No man in the world.
The measure of any society is how it treats its women and girls. It's women and girls.
We create
the smart, powerful, creative, accomplished young women.
We can fight.
I'm here because of you. I'm here because girls like you inspire me.
Buckle up, buttercups. It's another episode of Surly Voices here on WMNF Tampa 88.5. My name is Liz. I'm one of your hosts. My co-host, Maria, is joining me. Hi, Maria.
Good morning.
Today is unfortunately fundraiser day, but we'll still have fun with it because we got some hot tea out of Britain. So anyway, it's our fundraiser today, and if you call our number, 813-239-9663, you can donate. We've already had 2 awesome listeners come on and give us money already. Anonymous gives $125. Thank you so much, Anonymous, and that's a challenge. Also, Janet from Newport Richey, $196.80. Thank you so much, Janet. Oh, my gosh.
That's so cool.
I know. Oh, thank you all. We love talking to our listeners, whether they agree with us or do not. So a lot of times they do not, but a strong community doesn't come from one voice or one point of view. Its strength comes from many voices connecting and supporting one another. WMNF is deeply connected to Tampa Bay, bringing together stories, music, and perspective. Help keep those connections strong by becoming a Circle of Friends member. Monthly giving creates a steady support that keeps all these voices on the air. Join the circle today at WMNF.org or call 813-239-9663. And good morning to Donna, our third co-host. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm living. I'm living out here on the edge in St. Louis.
So are you like door knocking or organizing, or what are you doing in St. Louis, or can you say? I know sometimes you can't.
I could say we're working on a petition initiative, ballot access for a half-cent sales tax that's going to help get childcare for the young people with children in St. Louis so they can go to school and work. So we're looking to subsidize childcare. They've essentially closed all the daycare centers and told people to go get your mama to keep your kids.
See,
that's how they do it in Josh Hawley's state.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the work you're doing on the ground. So let's get to the high tea from the UK. Prince Andrew got arrested.
Oh, wow.
I that was the first thing I saw when I opened up the computer today was Prince Andrew got arrested, and his brother King Charles says the law must take its course. So there you go.
That's classic British stuff right there.
Is that was it keep calm and carry on?
Yeah.
Yes.
They should put the quote above Charles
crown
in an air bubble, and then they should put that as a double image, a mirror image on the side. Keep calm, carry on.
So and the reason that he was arrested stems back to the Epstein files. Suspicion of misconduct in public office. Because
That's British too.
right. But hey, they're doing a lot more than the Americans are. But
Way more. Way more.
yeah. So
I saw a quote from Michael Musto this morning. In Britain, they arrested someone for, assaulting a 5-year-old. In America, we arrest the 5-year-old.
right. That's sad but true. Yes. So you can't call in and talk to us today, unfortunately, because we love to talk to the callers. But you can still email to dj@wmnf.org. And
You call in and donate, though.
yeah, you can call in and donate.
We
Yes.
love that.
Yes. We had a guy call us last week, and he said he'd been listening to us for 2 months, and he heard we were the bad girls of Tampa, and we of course embrace that title because
Yes.
it's surly voices, so we're going to be surly as we can be. And yeah, I had seen some feedback from a listener a while back about how we needed to soften our approach. And it's like, this is not
What fun would that be?
right. Yeah. So it wouldn't be fun, number one. Number two, there's not a person on this board who doesn't speak their mind. So we kind of have to deal with that. And if you want to listen. And if you don't. But as the caller last week pointed out, I believe his name was Doug, he said the people that he goes out with talk about us all the time about how we're such bad girls and stuff like that. And then he's like, but they still listen. And that's the point. You're not going to agree with everything we say. And so why don't you just go and sit yourself down and listen some more? Because eventually, maybe something gets through.
Well, we're in the terrible position of having to listen to Donald Trump's words, so I don't feel sorry for them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, especially when, I do know that they listen to us because there are several regulars who email in and are like, how dare you say that? Well, I dare say it because it's my opinion. And the opinions, the opinions expressed on Surly Voices are those of Surly Voices and not those of WMNF. So we have this platform to be able to talk about intersectional feminist issues, which reaches out and touches various issues in different ways. And we have fun doing it. And so we're here raising money. And this is cool. If you make an $80 donation to WMNF, you will get a hardbound copy of Zora Neale Hurston's Barracoon, The Story of the Last Black Cargo. And for those of you who don't know, it's Black History Month, and Zora Neale Hurston was out of Florida and an excellent writer. I think that Queen Latifah was trying to launch a biography of her. Does anybody know if that ever happened?
I don't know if it ever happened, but I think it would be incredible.
Yeah.
Zora Neale Hurston is also contributed to the Harlem Renaissance as well. I thought she was just an amazing writer and storyteller about Florida.
Right.
Even.
And so, yeah, that's available with an $80 donation.
Fun fact, Langston Hughes thought that Zora Neale Hurston was too crass and country.
What?
She was a surly voice.
She was a surly voice. So I think this is the perfect book to go along with our show as like the bonus thing. I'm surprised somebody hadn't snatched it up already, because I just got to looking at it the other day. I'm like, oh, that's what I want. Yeah, I want this and this and this if that's not available. So,
Northerners have always have always maintained a sense of superiority.
yes.
Over Southerners in general. But I think that the chagrin, the enmity between the North and the South and the Black community, and the way they look at us, especially the Southern born for generations, that is still a thing.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And it's like, if God forbid you have a Southern accent, because they'll take IQ points right as soon as you start speaking.
Even the way we dress, right?
Yeah.
Even the way we dress. If Black people in the South had to signal that they had affluence, that they had done enough things right in white people's world to be able to afford certain things. And so we're very demonstrative of any wealth or access that we had, because that might get you out of the jaws of the lion, as it were. Where Northern Blacks had the privilege of being more aligned with white ideals around self-presentation. And they just look and they say, oh, look how garish, look how country these people are, without really ever having had to live through, what brings you here, Negra, They never had to live through that. So, and it's evident in the way that they look down on us. So, Langston Hughes, he was also a light skin. So there's another aspect of his.
So, yeah, we're into the colorism now. Yeah. So he was, now that you say it and putting it together, I can see Langston Hughes saying that now. So
he's a man too. So that was a fatal flaw.
All right. So Howard in Clearwater has donated $100, and Howard in Clearwater, we love you. He says, don't go soft, go get them. So yes, we will. Yes, we will. So back to Prince Andrew. Oh my God, talk about somebody that wouldn't last 2 seconds in a jail. I mean, he's had nothing but privileged, cushy life from the start. Well, except he did fly helicopters, but still, I mean, I don't see him doing well in jail. So there we go. Other thing, I mean, these old texts from J.D. Vance keep coming up about, the Epstein files and things like that, and it's funny to watch, and I wish I could see somebody grill him about what he thinks now, or how he came to change his world view all of a sudden, since now he's the vice president. Let's see, I have an email from Jerry that says, the truth hurts and these mofos need to hear it. Thank you for shining light on truth. Thank you. Here I found my my WAV file that has the guy from last week talking. Hold on, let me click it up. And it's sometimes people get upset with us because our thing is no kings. It's like we're going to treat everybody equally. We will criticize the Democrats, especially Joe Biden. I got in an argument with somebody last week about Joe Biden. Oh my gosh. Because he was like, yeah, well, Joe Biden was pretty good. And I'm like, no, Joe Biden's the devil, and I'll tell you why. But we want equity. We want equality. And we're never going to get that by hero worshiping mediocre white men. So.
Mediocre, any of them.
Right.
Quite honestly.
I mean, why hasn't, well, we know why. Their donors don't want them to. That's why. Every single one of the people sitting in Congress right now needs to be primaried. I'm with Maria on that.
Yep.
You too, Donna?
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's like y'all sat there and let all this erosion and decay happen around you while you were pocketing money from special interest groups. And now,
Telling us to wait.
yeah, telling
Wait
us,
our turn.
wait our turn.
While like this 5 alarm fire is happening in front of our eyes. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get a bucket. We have to put out a RFP first.
Right. And it's the same. I mean, remember the Democrats stayed in office so long and did the same thing. Oh, we're bipartisan and blah blah blah. We'll reach across the aisle. There's no reaching across the aisle with fascists. Hello? Yeah. So what could we possibly, why would we possibly not be critical of them? Because turning a blind eye to misappropriations, as the English say, misappropriations or whatever, that just complacency. And then you get like somewhat progressive folks in there like AOC, and they steamroll her until she has no voice whatsoever. And here we go. I mean, unless we dilute the very incestuous pool that is Congress, it's going to always be same old, because money. That's why. What do you think, Donna? Or Maria? That's an open question. And
I think we need bold leadership. You know, that's at the end of the day, we need people who are going to be courageous and bold and talk about what's possible, as opposed to telling us why their job, the job that they fought for, they need to stop telling us why that job is so hard.
Right.
Right. And why they can't do what we are asking them to do.
Yeah.
But why it is so easy that these oligarchs can literally extract resources from what should be intended for public good. Like, why? Like, we're all seeing it. We're all seeing it happen before our very eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And we elected you to do something about it.
And they didn't.
You know?
They haven't. You got Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer with his glasses on his nose, writing stern letters, but not doing much of anything else. Donna, what do you think?
I think that we don't really have a left in this country, and I would include AOC in that, because of how she's voted in some historic landmark votes that have gone on, like the rail workers. And that's the crux of like progressivism, right? Is that we protect labor and we don't engage in any of the isms or phobias that create division and inequity in our society. And when asked about reparations, she basically tried to include Latino communities in that, but that wasn't the question. I think the case can be made for many things, but she was asked a direct question about the African descendants of slaves and their movement, and she was non-committal. So I don't consider that to be progress, truly. And I don't consider that to be progressivism and voting against labor in any form. I mean, just abstain from the vote, right? If you really feel like it's and some of these bills can be fraught to her defense. Some of these bills can be, fraught with issues. But that wasn't the case in my mind in that particular case. So in this country, we have a left wing of the right wing. We do not have a left, not truly. And so until we deal with that for what it is on its face, we're going to continue to have conversations about people not, doing the right thing. The Democratic Party is basically like food stamps. They're like the thing that placates so that there isn't an explosion.
We'll give you just enough crumbs to make your tummy stop rumbling, but we're not
Right.
going to keep you fully fed. Yeah.
And then people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it. And then you have people who, get that man, the orange man, told. And that's their job, is to be this firebrand for the party. I feel like they are the pressure relief valve, because they make people who really aren't in the lion's jaws feel like they have something. You know what I mean? Like, they make people feel good, and that the bad feelings go away when they're listening to the orange man get a read. But that doesn't help people who are really losing their health care.
No. I mean, we're going broke paying for $6 eggs and things like that, and paying health insurance premiums. And we are the only industrialized nation who does not have
But you're also paying
universal health care.
You're also paying healthcare premiums, and you still have to pay the doctor.
Yes.
You're paying healthcare premiums, and you still have to pay for the prescription, like more than any other country.
Right.
It just, none of it makes any sense.
So Chef Dave says, I only listen occasionally in the car, and a 71-year-old white dude. I think you girls are great. Don't change anything. BTW, Black History Month, used to be ubiquitous. It seems buried this year. I wonder why. Peace, love, and good karma, Chef Dave. Thank you, Chef Dave.
Thank you, Chef Dave.
Let's see. Roadrunner says, get more surly. We all need it. Rather than being coddled for unification, should MAGA individuals be punished for the damage they have enabled, even if you don't believe in the death penalty? Thank you, Christopher. So what do you think about that question, Maria?
Can you repeat it?
Okay. Get more surly. We all need it. Rather than being coddled for unification, should MAGA individuals be punished for the damage they have enabled, even if you don't believe in the death penalty? Thank you, Christopher.
Oh, I absolutely believe that they should be punished for what they're the grift. So I mean, we're talking about like Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. I would like to bring it a little closer to home and talk about what's happening in Tallahassee, and the fact that they want to name my airport and spend $5 million doing it, after the grifter in chief, who's a 34-time convicted felon.
Yeah. What?
And by the way, he applied for a licensing agreement so that anytime his name is used, he makes more money off of it. It's not enough that we're not waiting until people drop dead to name things after them in memoriam. But we're naming things after people who have a criminal record.
Wow. The signs are not going to hold up well in the future when they write the textbooks or the text tablets or whatever they're reading off of in the future. They're going to look at those images and cringe. I need to thank Laura from Safety Harbor. She has become a Circle of Friends member, and she's got the 120 donation, and she says, love MNF. We need you in these times. And she's gotten the t-shirt. Now, we haven't talked about the swag yet with your donations, but there are some really nice looking things here. There's a 2-inch acrylic magnet, and it says Fiercely Independent Radio. I like that, and it's very colorful. That's for a $25 donation. Also, for a $35 donation, we have bumper stickers and window clings, Rooted in Community, WMNF, and recycled mouse pad. And I love the artwork on the swag this season, because it's very colorful. It's very tropical almost colors. And I'm one to just go full out with my colors. So it's, wow, so many nice things. Oh, there's even a garden flag. For $75, you can get a garden flag. It says Many Roots, One Community. Also the WMNF t-shirts. And, you can get a t-shirt for a donation of $100. You can get a t-shirt with this beautiful color Many Roots, One Community artist t-shirt. And so that's, we have lots and lots of awesome swag, but that is the short run through. And the most powerful way to support WMNF isn't a one-time gift. It's joining the Circle of Friends. Circle of Friends members give monthly, even just $5 a month, creating steady support that keeps this station strong all year long. And this fund drive, when you join at $5 a month, you'll receive our Circle of Friends lunch tote. At $10 a month or more, you'll get our Bob Whitmore designed t-shirt, a literal circle made up of the staff and programmers who bring you this station every day. That's what WMNF is, a circle of friends. Join it at WMNF.org or call 813-239-9663. And let's see, Howard has sent us an email. Hi there. We all wish we could take money out of politics. It can't be done. Or take the money out of government. Same deal. We can take the politics out of government. It isn't such a stretch once you understand how to do it. But it will take time to accomplish, maybe 10 to 12 years. The next generation need our efforts. Howard in Clearwater. Thank you, Howard. What do you think about that, Maria?
I want to have more hope than that.
Well, we all want to have hope, but
I want to believe that. I want to believe that we have agency, and if we had the right people in place, we could address the money in our politics kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like this last 1 year and 1 month, we have seen an explosion in conflict of interest. And we have seen people take their role of service, and it was already out of control before, but we've seen people take what was presented to us as a role in service, public service, and use it for self-service. Mm-hmm. And really, the idea that we have elected officials, and Donna is leaving her home in St. Louis, organizing a ballot initiative for people to be able to afford childcare, tells you something about how broken we are. That, like, the first call to action for government should be that we take care of each other and we take care of the collective good, right?
Right.
Like, it should be no mystery to anybody while birth rates are down in this country. Who can afford, first of all, you can't even afford prenatal care, and then birthing a child, and then child care after the child is here. So what are we doing?
Yeah. Who's going to go out? Yeah, they complain about millennials not wanting to have children. Look at why. You can't.
Who can afford it?
Right. So, yeah, it's not something that's going to be fixed anytime soon, I'm afraid. Donna, what do you think?
I agree. I think that the young people have to organize for themselves. that folks who have reached middle age and have some relevant comfort are unwilling to compromise that. And so, don't trust anybody over a certain age is probably their motto, and for good reason. When having a child takes you from, a young professional that's, skirting the edges to instant poverty +1, right? No one wants, and if that's all we can, and let's say this, it's always been difficult for young families to, get a start and build a family. That's been a thing, right? That early 20s, mid 30s to mid 30s period. But they've made it impossible. A 50-year mortgage? Absolutely not.
Right.
Not.
Well, Sean just walked in with yellow paper, so that means he's got more pledges.
Am I, Mike?
You should be.
Woohoo!
Nope, maybe not. All right. I'm gonna light them all up.
Thank you. So
There.
we have a $65 donation from Anonymous, and Anonymous is in Clearwater. Thank you so much for that donation to Surly Voices. What a great show. I hope that you're out there and that you like this show and you like it enough to financially support it. Please make a donation right now. You can call 813-239-9663. You can donate at WMNF.org. And on WMNF.org, you can see all of the great thank you gifts we have to offer you and select yours and make your donation there, or talk to one of our great phone bank volunteers at 813-239-9663.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, it's such a I'm not one to go pushing. I mean, I know times are hard. Believe me, I know that. And it's hard to think of asking people for money, but when your government cuts all the funding for public radio, it's. I mean, are we going to stop talking just because the government's not paying us or funding us? David Bryant says, "Hi, ladies. Great job with the show today. Best wishes on fundraising. I am curious about your take on how Casey DeSantis emerged recently from the mothballs at these silly food testing press conferences. It feels like a build-up to Casey running for governor. I've had that thought."
Still gonna do that? Is she still gonna do that?
Well, she's putting herself out there. And whatever happened to her little scandal with her money?
Yeah, I don't think it's a little scandal anymore.
Well,
That's why I'm asking if she's really gonna, when you put yourself out there like that, like everybody gets to find out where all the bones are buried.
right. And I guarantee
or
you,
the bullion,
Right.
if you will.
right. So I just hope that people are smart and will evict the DeSantis scourge from Tallahassee with their vote. Thanks.
Well, only in America can you begin with pie tasting and work your way to the governorship.
Right. I keep going back to the movie Idiocracy. I mean, it's like it's too close to home right now to watch it anymore. But that's pretty much what we're looking at. I mean, wow. I never, growing up, being taught about, the land standing on the hill and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, yeah, y'all were lying to us to start with. I just want to remind everybody about this great hardcover edition of Zora Neale Hurston's Barracoon, the story of the last black cargo. Oh, and it's got a foreword by Alice Walker.
Love her.
And here comes another yellow sheet. Thank you. Sarah says $53.70. Extra help. I honor your work, ideas, and intellect. Sarah, Circle of Friends member. Thank you so much. How about our parallelogram of enemies? Y'all can be donating too. I can call some names, but I'm not going to shame anybody. Excuse me. So, speaking of hills and dirt, and have you guys heard about this Zorro Ranch that Epstein had?
Yeah. And that there's the guy that owns it I think he owns it under a shell company, but the guy who owns it is running for office in Texas.
Yeah, and he's a longtime Epstein cohort. So let's see what comes out of that. Apparently, well, according to some sources, the Zorro Ranch, which is I think in Arizona, it's out west somewhere, is where the worst of the Epstein atrocities happened.
Texas.
So yeah, the worst of the Epstein atrocities took place, and there may even be bodies, according to some sources, bodies buried. That is, if old boy hadn't dug them up yet. So yeah, it's New Mexico actually. New Mexico launches investigation into Epstein's Zorro Ranch activities. I mean, that's the part of the files where you start seeing references to very ugly things. Sometimes I'll pick up the files the new ones that just got released, and I'd be like, I can't look at this anymore. It's really traumatizing. How much, or if any, of the new Epstein files have you read, Maria?
I try to filter a lot of it because I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I live here in Palm Beach. The guy, the guy that gave him like leave from his sentence is still the sheriff of this county. So, I mean, I think that there's a lot of it that like just confirms what a lot of us have always suspected, particularly those of us who live here or who have lived here and you know, witnessed the lack of prosecution around it, or the, if you will. So I pay attention enough to confirm things that, you know, we suspected as residents of Palm Beach County, but I don't. It doesn't serve me mentally to watch the videos or anything like that. I don't need to watch the videos to know that this level of depravity exists, and I'd rather focus on how are we going to get these people prosecuted.
Do we think that Lois Frankel knew this level of depravity existed? And can you tell the listeners why her name would come up in this?
She was the mayor of West Palm Beach. I'm sorry. She was the mayor of West Palm Beach during that time. Prior to that, she was a state rep. After being mayor of West Palm Beach, she went to Congress. She was in Congress in 2013. She won the election in 2012. So that was around the time that it was prosecuted. Did
she ever speak out?
I've never heard her speak out about it at all.
Well, there's
the one person that I know spoke out against it, and the one person that is on record, like even in the Miami Herald, big expose of Julie K. Brown, was the then chief of police of Palm Beach. And it's very, very interesting if you go back and look at at his voice in this. It's what you're seeing now is just it's chilling.
Yeah, absolutely. Donna, what do you think?
I think that that case and how dark and demented it is and how many people it touches is the reason, and hearing the stories that we tell and the narrative that we weave around this issue on WMNF is what makes it a community asset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your news can't do what we do. The people on the internet, they all take a cue from each other, and then they seem to weave a unit-narrative. And every so often, you'll get someone on YouTube that jumps out of the box. You know, we try to root, we as best as we can and as we understand it, we try to root our delivery of information in the facts. And so when you think of an institution that makes Tampa unique, you look at the asset that is WMNF, and it should make you want to pick up the phone right now and say, hey, I can pledge just a few pennies here, there. You know, I don't have it. This economy is uncertain, but I know that I want to wake up on Thursday mornings and listen to WMNF, or I want to drive on the weekends and I want to listen to the music that I can't hear anywhere else, which is why it's necessary for you guys to give us a call, because we're going to keep bringing this to you raw. And we're uncensored, we're unbought, and we're volunteers. So
Yes.
Make it possible for us to stay on the air and to continue to do this work on your behalf.
All
Give
right.
us a call right now. Liz, you have the phone number?
Yes, 813-239-9663. I have a thank you for Austin in Tampa, who donated $100, and Austin is getting the Mini Roots t-shirt. And Sean has also come in with some yellow paper.
Yeah, so Susan Ketterer from Fort Pierce is donating $27.10 to support WMNF and Surly Voices. And Susan's getting the WMNF sticker pack. And we hope that you will make a donation now as well. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. Support this great show on the airwaves in the Tampa Bay area.
Thank you. Donna, yeah, we're unbought, unbossed, and the bad girls of Tampa now. So
We might have to change our name now.
I know. It's like, we remember they used to have the casino used to have this ad where it was the women come in, the girls of Tampa. So we could do something like a play on that kind of, maybe.
No, we should get that photo shoot done and then get can dresses and put a billboard on the highway.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. We're the bad girls.
Yeah. So give us money and we'll do the can billboards.
Yeah, and I say all of that as I weave in and out of traffic on the highway downtown St. Louis. Yeah.
Let's see. One of our listeners says, "What do you think about Board of Peace? Seems to be more about greed than peace. Lol." Or on parallelogram of enemies, Bubba. Yeah, I can't take credit for that. That one of our listeners back in the day said, "Oh, what about the parallelogram of enemies?" And it stuck. Lenny says Stephanie Hayes in yesterday's Tampa Bay Times wrote a story about Pam Bondi's behavior during the Epstein congressional hearing. Bondi had inspired women, now helps bad men. I don't know when she inspired women, but okay. John says one of the victims had Down syndrome and wrote a diary describing her trauma of having abortions and births when she only got to hold a baby 15 minutes, but wanted to keep the baby. It destroyed me. Oh, wow. That, and then they sit up there preaching about family values and stuff.
And outlawing abortion.
And outlawing abortion, yeah. Which, yeah, it's... I lose my words sometimes at just all the horrible things that I'm seeing. And still, there is a solid contingent of people. I mean, Donald Trump could murder the Pope in broad daylight, and his followers would be like, oh, well, the Pope is the Antichrist and blah, blah, blah. It's like, where did you people go to school or not go to school? I mean, has there always been I'll have to ask my dad this when I talk to him. Has there always been a contingent of people who just lived on innuendo and rumor and conspiracy and not actual facts? Probably, I would think. But wow, I've never seen them so much as I've seen them recently. So, and then the bots will go in all the different chat rooms and post things, and they'll say something just outrageous, and there's always MAGA folk out there who will come up and toe the party line.
Where are our donors this morning?
Yeah.
People are, where are yellow sheets? You guys, you need to call in 813-239-8663. Is that correct? And give us that donation that's going to allow us to keep on bringing this news to you.
Yeah.
Right? And keep on bringing this dialogue. It's 813-239-9663. 9663.
Yes.
Please. And thank you.
Yes, and you can get some of this cool swag at a $5 level. Oh, with the new Circle of Friends members, you can get that lunch bag that looks pretty cool, and then you can get a Circle of Friends T-shirt. Lots of good things for swag this time around. I don't see a bucket hat. I know that was always Amina's first question, but we have 8 minutes left to go, so please get on the phone or on the computer or on the app. The computer is WMNF.org or phone 813-239-9663. I hope I did that right. I'm like Don. I have dyslexia with numbers. 813-239-9663. And here comes Sean with something yellow in his hand.
I have a couple of thank yous to mention. That is, Sierra from St. Petersburg has donated $76 to Surly Voices, and you'll find out why that number in just a second. She's getting the ceramic planter, and she is celebrating democracy as it started in 1776. She wants us to go for another 250 years. Thanks for always speaking your minds for us, is what Sierra says to Surly Voices. Also, we have Claude from Seminole who's contributing $55, says 88.5 persistent resistance. And Claude is picking up the print of the artist that the art that Bob Whitmore made of WMNF DJs. And you can see that on our website, WMNF.org. So thanks to Claude and to Sierra for those donations. Now we're looking for you, 813-239-9663. You can also donate at WMNF.org.
And thank you to our donors. Gosh, this is awesome. A strong community depends on many voices being heard. WMNF gives you independent journalism, thoughtful conversations, and perspectives you won't find anywhere else. If independent voices matter to you, join the Circle of Friends. Monthly support ensures those voices stay on the air. Become a part of the circle at WMNF.org or 813-239-9663. And just because the show is ending in a few minutes doesn't mean y'all still can't donate. You can go or call in and just tell them that your donation is for our show, Surly Voices. Let's see. The End of the World official trailer. I don't know what that means. sometimes
it's our theme music.
The local economy is taking a beating. Donations will likely be down for every show, not just yours. Howard Clearwater. We're in like free fall now, I think, and I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. And people are going to have to organize, protest, protect us. Mutual aid, I think, is the biggest thing
Yep.
that we
You
need.
took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and expound on that, Maria.
What, mutual aid?
Yeah.
I think, also part of what we do here is we take care of one another, and that is through all different kinds of support. And mutual aid is about recognizing that we are all in this together, and that you might need, it's that old sense of community where you might need a cup of sugar. And we're here to provide what resources we have and share those resources for the collective good, so that none of us are truly struggling. That what we can do in a very, small sense actually helps us collectively. That's what mutual aid, the idea of mutual aid is about. So that's if it's sugar, if it's eggs, if it's diapers, if it's wipes, being able to recognize that, it's really hard for people to ask. But knowing that, like, you have a sense of compassion and empathy, that you can think that if you were in a situation, this is what you would probably you need, and being able to give generously. Generosity isn't about the actual amount, but the actual act of giving. So hopefully we can all participate in the generosity of community, in the spirit of community, to give.
All right. And yeah, remember when Hillary Clinton was talking about the it takes a village? Yeah, that's mutual aid. It's not something that you have to really struggle about sometimes. It's like if your neighbor needs a ride to the grocery store to buy the $6 eggs, that is mutual aid. Anything that you do to help somebody else is mutual aid, really. So I just saw some yellow sheets come in.
Yeah, I want to thank Pat Myers from Sebring with a $20 donation. Pat says they love the show. Happy you're coming in the reception as far as Sebring, and it helps them to do errands in the car. So thank you, Pat, for that. We also have an anonymous donation from Tampa, $50 contribution. Thank you so much. And Susan Hatton from beautiful Gulfport is calling in with a $21.70 donation. Says, keep up the Surly, we need you. So thank you. We will keep up the Surly with your help. And the number for you to call in is 813-239-9663. You can also donate at WMNF.org. Support Liz and Donna and the great Surly Voices team, 813-239-9663.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sean. And thank you to all the donors. And oh my gosh, I sure hope we find that elusive progressive billionaire out there who can come and donate to the show. But that's another story.
We know who they are. They're usually women.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about places to sign up for mutual aid. Maria and Donna.
I think there's a mutual aid Tampa, is there not?
There is a mutual aid.
It's called Mutual Aid Disaster Relief, and you will find it on Facebook under that name. Message them, DM them, and they will tell you how you can get in. They have their hands in just about everything you can imagine across the country.
I love it.
Well, this is WMNF Tampa, and Frank is giving us the finger. We have about 1 minute left in the show, and I want to remind people that you can donate to support Surly Voices on WMNF by calling 813-239-9663. 9663. I want to thank the 15 or so people who donated during the show. Thank you so much. But I also want to thank in advance the one person on the line. I hope that that's a donation that we have going. And I'd like to ask for your donation right now. Here's how you can make a donation to WMNF to support Surly Voices. You can go to WMNF.org, which is our secure website, and you can make a donation there. You can see our great thank you gifts on WMNF.org as well, or you can call 813-239-9663. And I want to thank Nicole Beckwith from Palm Harbor with a $25 contribution. Nicole is getting the WMNF sticker pack and says, I'm already a Circle of Friends member, but I love your show and WMNF. I listen every day. Thanks for sharing your perspectives and truth. And also, I want to thank Melinda Timp from Largo with a $25 contribution. This is in tribute to Gilbert Benson. Melinda is getting the WMNF sticker pack. Well, thanks so much to everyone who has donated. It's time to turn it over to Economic